EPSON ET-2720 printer, inkjet. We're going to convert it to sublimation printer using this ink. Coming up. I'm Roger. Welcome to the loft above the shop. Working up here today because, well, the shop downstairs is stacked up with a project that has paint drying. I have no room to shoot video down there. As you can see here, it's crowded. So what am I doing here? I'm taking an EPSON ET-2720 printer. I'm going to convert it to dye sublimation printing, which means I will not be using the stock ink that comes with it. I'll be using dye sublimation ink here. This one is made by, and I've heard this pronounced two different ways. One is Hippo. The other one is Haipu. So take your pick, either Hippo, Haipu. These are made, or this particular set is made to be able to fill these ink tanks without having to go through using syringes or emptying out the other bottles and pouring these into those bottles, and eliminates a lot of messing around. I did a little bit of research on it before I bought this, because I wanted to make this as easy and painless as possible. So the first thing I've got to do here is get the printer here out of the box. All right, on top you've got the manual and the CD drivers. And some cardboard. And the ink. And we won't be using this. I'll probably give that to somebody that's got a printer that can use it. Power cord. Styrofoam. More styrofoam. And the printer, and this is extremely light. Get rid of that. And get rid of some of this trash here. Get rid of that, I'm not going to be using. Well, the first thing we're going to need to do here is take off all this tape, packing tape, and at least they gave you little tabs to grab to pull on it. Protective film on the front. I'm looking to make sure there's not any tape anywhere else. There is some on the back. Okay, got all that done. Did you ever go to do some little project and you, for example, you got on a white shirt and you're thinking, well, it's kind of messy, but I won't get anything on my shirt. I'm going to be real careful. There's no way it could possibly happen. Yeah, that's why I'm wearing this shirt, because I already messed it up. I got stain on the sleeve with a project a while back, and I'm going to be playing with ink. So I hopefully will not spill anything or make a mess, but I'm going to take some extra precautions, as you'll see here in just a minute, after I go gather some things up. Okay, as you can see, I put a sheet of foam underneath this so I don't mess up my table here. And I went down and, whoop, got me a pair of gloves that I use when I stain and that type of thing. I know a pair of gloves comes with this, but As with most of those little things of gloves that come, it's like one size fits some, and generally not me, and I'm sure they won't be of very high quality. This thing unpacked here. Yep, there's that little package of teeny gloves. And we got the ink here. I need to open this up. Got a little tear tab there. Okay, to fill this, little door right here, you pop that open. And they are marked very clearly: black, yellow, magenta, cyan. Well, we'll start with the black. Let's lift the little handle up. And now it's time to put the gloves on, just in case. And I do have a roll of paper towels handy should I have a disaster. We're going to find out just how well these pre-made bottles are. They're designed specifically for these printers, so you don't have to fool around. Take the cap off, and you put it right over the top of the opening. And there's a little window down here. Hopefully you can see that. It's showing up on the camera as it fills with ink. Something I should add is it's best to start with a brand new printer, or what I would call a virgin printer, rather than trying to clean the regular inkjet ink out of another printer. It's just not worth the hassle. I mean, this was not that expensive. It's a pretty low-end model. I didn't need the fax and scan. Who the hell faxes anymore? I didn't need the fax and scan and copy and all that. We have other office machines for that. This is going to be specifically for sublimation printing, so I didn't need any of the other bells and whistles. I still have some left in there. Can't tell how much because it's black. But it did fill the tank. So we'll go on to the next one, which is yellow. Do not drink. That makes sense. Yeah, I can see this one. You can get to watch a little thing go glug, glug, glug on the inside. Yeah, a little note, it'll only go to a certain point and it'll stop. So you still have some ink left. Use that to top off the tank later. Next will be the magenta. Definitely pay attention when you're doing this. You don't want to mix these up. Nope, you're not supposed to drink this one either. This system's working very well. I mean, haven't spilled a drop. Probably shouldn't have said that because I'm not done yet, but we'll let the magenta fill here. There is a sheet that comes with this. It says start here, and it tells you about filling your tank. And then we'll get here in a little bit to getting this plugged in and started, and we'll go through the setup on it and the alignment. This system here is a lot better than the other systems I've seen where you've got to use a syringe, or you've got to take the ink out of the original bottles and pour them in cups and clean the bottles out and put this ink into those bottles, put the caps back on and put it, I didn't want to go through all that mess around if I didn't have to. I saw that this was made specifically for this. It was kind of what they call plug and play. That's what I went with. And now the cyan. Just as simple as turning the bottle upside down and plugging it on. Nothing leaks, nothing drips. Great system. Okay, then the next step is to plug in the power cord, which I did. And then to push the power button. hopefully this will all show up on here because this is a very tiny screen. I mean a very tiny screen. Maybe I need to get the camera even closer. Okay, hopefully this will be close enough that you'll be able to see everything that's going on. And it also gives you a good chance to see the ink level windows right here. Of course, they're all full. So our next thing is to choose our language. Well, definitely want English here. Hit OK. Little thing will come up, says preparing. Okay, a little thing will come up, it says see the start here bundled with the printer on website or on the website to complete the initialization. What you need to do here is to press this little question mark button for 5 seconds. Okay, it'll come up with a little window that says start initialization. Confirm that the ink tank is filled with ink, and we have done that. If you need to know how to, you push the little OK button right here in the center. If you're ready to start the initialization, you push this little button over here, the diamond with the line in the middle of it. And then it'll make some noise. I think you could probably hear that. And it'll tell you do not turn the power off till initialization is complete. And it says it takes about 10 minutes. So we'll come back when that's done. All right, when it's done with its initialization and charging the ink, you'll get this little window right here. It'll say initialization initialization complete. There, we got it. A little bit of a tongue twister there. Then you just push the OK button, and it'll come up with this about aligning the print head to get the best print quality. So we want to do this now. You can put it off and do it later, but I mean, you're doing the setup, let's get her done. I did load paper in there already. The sheet here does tell you how to load the paper, and that's pretty straightforward. It's not difficult at all. So press OK to proceed. Perform a printhead nozzle check to check the print quality. We want to hit print. Don't do print later. We want to print it now. Just click OK. Say load the paper, which we have done. And incidentally, when you are loading your paper for this, the printable side, and this will be important when you're doing your sublimation printing on your sublimation paper, is to have the proper side up. The side that this printer prints on is the side of the paper that is facing up in the paper tray. Okay, so we got that loaded, and to print, you push this little button over here with a diamond with a line on it, and it will print. So this will come up. Hopefully you can see this. It'll say, are there any missing segments? That'll be on here. And the yellow looks good, the magenta looks good, the cyan is missing one little block. The black is missing a few there at the top. So we're going to say yes. Click OK to proceed. Clean printhead, yes. Start cleaning. You push this little button over here with the diamond and the line. And it says it takes about 3 minutes. Okay, once that's completed, this little window will come up to either next adjustment or nozzle check. We want to check it again, so you push the little down arrow to go to nozzle check, push OK, and it will say load the paper, and then you click the little print button over here again. And this will come up again, and you can look to see if you're missing any little blocks. I'm missing one on the black. I'm still missing one on the cyan, but for right now, I'm going to skip by that, and we'll do the alignment, and I'll do a printhead clean again later. So it'll ask you if there are any missing segments here. I'm going to say no. OK to proceed. Now we're going to adjust print position, fix any misalignment and banding. So you have your choices of adjust or adjust later. We want to do it now. So we'll push OK. Then we want to click print again. I'm using regular copy paper here. I'm not using sublimation paper. Okay, it'll print out a page that looks like this. Hopefully you can see all of that. The directions on the screen was look at the printout and choose the boxes with the least lines. On the next screen, select the number. So we'll click OK. So select the number for line number 1, which would be up here with the least number of lines in it. And that looks like it's going to be 3. And that already is on 3, so we'll leave that one there. OK to proceed. Number 2. And number 6 is the best looking one there. Line number 3. Say number 5 is the best looking one there. Line number 4. Number 6 is the best one there. Line number 5. Looks like number 4 is the best one there, and that's already selected. Number 6 would be number 6. And number 7 would be number 5. And it tells you to load and then print. And you'll get this one. It's like this here. And it'll tell you to choose rectangles that are not separated or overlapped. And then OK to proceed. So I need to select the number. I'm going to say 4. And that's what they have here is 4. OK. And it'll tell you printhead alignment is complete. You can adjust it again from the maintenance. And then the menu will come up. So the next step would be to install the software and to connect the printer, but we want to install the software first, and we'll get into that here in a second. Okay, for installing the software, I've got my laptop right here. This is an old one, so it actually has a CD drive in it. I know the newer ones don't have that anymore. We do not have wireless up here. We do have wired Ethernet downstairs, wired network. I just have never bothered to bring it up here. I need to do that. But at any rate, I'm going to connect after I install the software, and we'll get into that in a second, I'm going to connect directly to the computer with a USB cable rather than using Wi-Fi. And there's a couple reasons for that. Of course, the one obviously being I don't have Wi-Fi up here. The other reason is you will always get a better print if you are direct connected. Now, if you're printing an office document, you know, you can go over your network or your wireless or whatever. But wireless can tend to leave banding or little stripes in very high quality prints. Perhaps you're printing photographs or something you're using the highest print quality. You're sending a tremendous amount of data over the wireless, and sometimes it'll drop what they call packets, and you'll end up with a line in it, and you'll think there's something wrong with your printer, and it turns out there's nothing wrong with the printer. The problem is that drop packet. So what we're going to do here is connect the USB cable. Don't chintz on this either. Get a good one. So once I get the software installed, I'll be connecting here with a USB cable. As I said, it's not included with the printer. You have to pick one up, but easy to find. And I've done over this just a little 2 meters, roughly 6 foot, a little bit over. So we're going to get up and we're going to get the software set up here. And yes, I know one of my lights is reflecting in the clock, but I needed to light this up real well so that we could, you'd be able to see everything I was doing. Okay, I do not have auto run enabled on this computer for various reasons. So open up from the File Explorer here, the CD, just go to Setup. And you want to allow it to make changes to your device, called the EPSON installer. Well, for some reason, I guess I found the wireless from the house, so says a new installer was found, and I'd like to download it. I guess we will. So we'll let that download, and then I'm surprised I picked the wireless up out here. We'll let that download and come back. Okay, I was debating whether to record directly from the screen or not, but I don't have Streamlabs installed on this computer, and I'm not going to screw around trying to do it right now. So this will come up, the EULA here. Yeah, everybody reads all of this print. This is what you call speed reading, and you accept it. Like if you don't accept it, you're not going to be able to install this anyway. So we got, yeah, we'll install all the, I don't need the research participation software. We will do the drivers, utilities, and that kind of good stuff. Incidentally, when you do convert your printer to Sublimation, you just voided the warranty. So you just got to hope it works. EPSON will not warranty their printer if you're not using their ink. So then you just click on install and you wait. Okay, so I get this thing that pops up. It says downloading software and connecting to server via the internet. And I don't know that I still have my wireless, so we'll have to see what happens here. And while it's downloading, you'll get all these little pictures here, and it will give you a progress bar across the bottom about downloading. And so far it's pretty slow, and we're just about done. Next we got to do the setup. Okay, so here just click on next. Yeah, confirm the ink is charged. We've done that. I am doing a direct USB connection. If you're doing a wireless connection, that would be, you'd have to check the upper box. Okay, I've already got it plugged into the printer, and I got to plug it into the computer here. And the printer is on. It's in sleep mode right now. Printer detected. That's good. Please wait. Okay, then a little window will put up print a test page. We'll do that. Of course, the printer's out of camera view here, but it is printing. It's sitting right next to the computer. And you'll get this test page. Congratulations, you've successfully installed your new printer. And tells you about using genuine EPSON stuff and all that. Okay, so then you click next. So that's how you set up the EPSON 2720 for sublimation printing. We're not going to do any actual sublimation projects right here. This was strictly dedicated to getting the printer set up, take it out of the box, get the sublimation ink put in with the new style bottles that Hippo or Haipu or however you want to pronounce it make. It's very fuss-free. As you saw, it's simple. Actually took longer to put the drivers in. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. Of course, we're always looking for subscribers. I'm Roger in the loft above the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.